Beloved Creator, now as much as ever, we call in your wisdom and guidance. For this is a significant time in our history, one of demarcation. The line in the sand isn't strong enough. It's a sword in the heart and belly of the beast of lies and deceptions. It cannot be ignored. It's either or, the junction in the road, like the jab, where one must choose this way or that, for there is no other option. It's the one or the other. One is truth, one is not. This was written and posted by Richard on our Eugene Skype chat, and I quote, "Truth fears nothing. Truth fears no lies. Truth doesn't need to conceal anything. Truth doesn't have to do a cover-up. Truth only hurts those who are unwilling to wake up. Truth is never your enemy. Truth knows no ego. Truth doesn't give a hoot about your status symbols. Truth doesn't care about your age, your weight, or your skin color. Truth couldn't care less if it suits your comfort zone. Truth doesn't need any frills, any speeches, any glamour. Truth stands for itself, and it patiently waits until you are ready for it." So I say, once found, may we each and all ever stay beholden to the truth as we would our best friend in danger. In so doing, we allow the freedom of movement to occur and courageously let the results ensue without the emotions that keep us from being the vessel of what is true. Let it be so, and so it is.
Hello, my name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. I'm going to screen share here. This is to sheriff deputies, jailers, and bailiffs and other needful people. Required in print in your possession, the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, Confederation and Perpetual Union's articles, including the United States of America's, I see a typo there. United States Constitution, circa 1859, and Oregon's Constitution, 1859, or reasonable facsimile, another typo. When you go from one language database to another, it changes. Caveat will, probate in open court, give way to the will of the people in open court. That has nothing and everything to do with de facto Article 7 amended, the paradox, what is and should not be, defined in Black's Law 6th edition, page 416, illegal or illegitimate. Whereas de jure, or original jurisdiction, is just, lawful, and constitutional. It is the land and sea jurisdiction of men and women with our progeny, without ruler or subjects. The paradox, what is not and should be, also defined in Black's Law, page 416. I got the mic at a gun rally on Salem, on the plaza across from the State House. I said, we're signing up people to join our jury pool to have a grand jury against Kate Brown in the tent over there. People stood in line in the rain to sign our living testimony in the form of an affidavit of truth. Our jury pool is our hundreds now. Our Article 3, Amendment 7, Civilian Common Law Court of Record is the one Supreme Court on Oregon and has declared such, and it has been acquiesced to for 6.5 years without rebuttal. Signed, sealed, stamped, witness, proof of service, published at www.orsja.org. Without rebuttal from the U.S. DOJ, the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, the U.S. Marine Corps, the state of Oregon, a.k.a. all caps state of Oregon, executive, legislative, and judiciary, 36 sheriffs and 38 prosecutors, the Oregon National Guard, and the Oregon State Police. Please consider the preponderance of evidence. Starting with Brian Kelly and Carl Nobbs in 2015 with the U.S. Marshal Service, and today with Maurice and Jacob in 2025. They never provided their bona fides over the office of the U.S. Marshal for Oregon. I doubt they can produce a properly identified with oath and bond as required for the last 15 years. And so it goes for the U.S. DOJ. Seth Urim, back in the day, I filed our papers with you, as did Ray and Charlie. Recently, Bobby, our marshal, and Charlie, our directed, filed papers with Scott. Scott was second in command. Scott violated due process. We again filed our papers with the Portland USMS in 2023. In 2016, the FBI, and it continues through until today. The new FBI guy is Olson. Not one of them has had their paperwork in order. The GSA, General Services Administration, cannot field a bailee for the Marco Hatfield Federal Building, which is 1000 Southwest 3rd, Portland, and it is in the process of quiet title eviction and repossession. The Courthouse 740 is not an Article 3 court in law and equity. Melissa, the clerk, and the clerk before her, does not reply and has acquiesced and defaulted to our court. They do not have one black-robed attorney with the proper oath in their judiciary. It is bogus. Concurrently, over the last 6.5 years, various arrangements of the 36 Oregon State Sheriff's Associations have failed to provide their proper oath to the correct constitutions, circa 1859, with the laws of nature and nature's God included. Small aside here. We found out Monday that the county of Douglas removed God from their oath. That's not due process. Self-correction is required. It is all written down, and each one of you must have your bona fides, and you need to reconsider. We need our sheriffs and deputies, bailiffs and jailers to be proper, de jure, not de facto. The Article 7 amended judiciary has to stop and populate original jurisdiction with proper oath to the correct constitution circa 1859. The Oregon State Bar is not constitutional and must self-correct without oaths or membership in an organization that can confer the title of nobility, Esquire. Our Office of Secretary of State on, in, for, of, by, with Oregon the state, among the several states circa 1859, in de jure original jurisdiction, is not the same as the de facto SOS that has been unable to provide their bona fides. Our statehood documents, the actual proof. Most recently, they could not open the State Archives building. In the past, they failed several times to provide our statehood document, circa 1859. The last 4 secretaries of state and 3 deputy secretaries of state did not provide their bona fides. There is another paradox in those documents. The 13 that is and should not be, and the 13 that should not be and is. Our office of governor is occupied by a person, Tina Kotek, without honor. That she broke her oath and may not hold a position of trust, along with Kate Brown, Ron Wyden, Jeff Merkley, Suzanne Bonamici, and 89 of the 90 state of Oregon legislators that broke their oath and have no honor and may not hold a position of trust. It all seems to be connected. And I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. And then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, to shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I fought. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, shot him 3 more times.